Are you okay? Is everybody okay? Oh my goodness. I'm sitting here and I'm just watching the Bills and Ravens game and I wanted to check on everybody. Are you guys okay? I have no idea. Even if anybody's going to be on here at this time with what's going on. The Ravens just scored to go up 9-7. It's going to be 10-7 here shortly against the Buffalo Bills. That's been a pretty good game so far. So if you're not watching that, I would suggest getting on there and checking that out. Um, it's pretty entertaining. I'm going to go ahead and post this link. And that way, if anybody decides they need to come up here and tell me how they're feeling, please feel free to do that. My only request is that you be sober. So if you're wasted, I understand, but please avoid coming on here if you're wasted. I'm scrolling through Twitter and uh, looking at all the reactions to the game, and some of it I'm finding pretty surprising. Some of it not so much surprising. I mean, you had to expect some of this to happen. You had to expect a little bit of craziness just because of how bad this game was for Miami. I mean, it was bad, so can't be too surprised. A lot of comments, lots of "I'm disappointed" and blah blah, and I understand. I do. Um, let's see here. There we go. Yeah, that's some X for you. And I'm just looking at some of these statements and people who are talking. It's I really do feel bad for the fan base. Um, Obviously, we don't deserve any of this as fans. Um, there is a person named Waddleville on Twitter. I'm just going to read some of these while I'm sitting here. I was just a little bored. Figured I would come on and check on the fan base and see how everybody's doing. Um, like I said, I kind of feel numb today about it all. So it's good for me to come on here and talk about it because I'm not freaking out like a lot of people are. So I'm somewhat calm here. So Waddleville says this team can't even block for Tua, and y'all want a new quarterback. Why? Well, he does have a good point. I did watch the game again, and I'm going to watch it at least a couple more times just so I can get my evaluation going. But he does have a point there, a little bit, not a lot. Not that I'm saying that it wasn't to his fault for anything in this game, because a lot of it was his fault, but there was a lot of unblocked pressure coming immediately off of the line. We had some injuries that obviously didn't really want to have happen, and now we're looking at this as well. There was some really bad offensive line play in this game. Obviously, I mean, you had to have expected that, right? So it is what it is. The responses were interesting. And this comment here, Tua was also dog crap, and yeah, he was. So while there was bad offensive line play, there was just as bad quarterback play. The whole team, Waddleville replied with, the whole team was dog crap, and you got to agree with that. And I mean, Tua has no mobility, and look at how much time he had on his second interception. That's what I'm talking about. It wasn't all the offensive line. It was also him. It was also Tua. Tua played a horrible game. And that second interception, you're right. That second interception that he threw, he had all the time in the world. And he made the decision that he made. And it was a bad one. It was just a bad decision. So, I mean, this guy, Politico, dude, Tua was the problem today. He was a problem. He was one of the problems for sure. Definitely. No way around that. For sure. The 2 interceptions were 100% on Tua. He had plenty of time to throw and still effed up bad. I agree. The 2 interceptions were on him. Definitely. The offensive line didn't throw those balls. And the bottom line is take the sack or throw it out of bounds. Don't throw those balls over the middle like that. Just horrible. Jacobo Zerke says the low line was bad, but you can't put it on them. Tua played terrible, threw a couple awful picks, and with a lot of time. There you go. That's what it is, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, the Tua played horribly, and that's a large portion of what happened here. Rick here says this loss was on Tua and the defense. That's where I'm at right now. Mostly on Tua, I think. I would give most of the blame to Tua in this game. But like I said, the defense was out there for 2/3 of this game, and that's unacceptable. When you have that, you're going to lose that game. That's just the way it is. So just some interesting stuff here. Like I said, I'm kind of saddened with that. And then things like this. John Christo says, we all owe this man an apology. It's got the picture of Mr. Flores. These are the overreactions. I'm not there. I'm just not there. This Tower of Terror says, my predictions if this trend continues. Number 1, McDaniels relieved of duties. 2, Weaver is interim coach. 3, Tyreek traded at deadline. 4, team moves on from Tua. All those things are an extreme possibility. If this continues, what Tiff's Tower of Terror just said on that X post, that's a reality. This right here is a reality. McDaniel relieved of duties. Weaver is interim coach. Tyreek traded by the deadline, and team moves on from Tua. It's all a possibility. Is it going to happen? I don't know. I'm not going to overreact, so I can't say, Here we got Don Shula Corleone. Get Tua off my football team. I have seen enough. I'm out. Like I said, I'm not going to blame people for overreactions, and I'm not even going to say this is an overreaction. This was horrible play by Tua. And like I said, I'm going to call it out when he plays well, and I'm going to call him out when he plays bad. This was bad quarterback play. 2 passes over the middle, had enough time to make these throws, and just didn't do it. Made bad decisions there on both those plays. Not to mention the strip sack where he was carrying the ball like a loaf of bread. Unacceptable. So I'm just kind of looking at this is the 2 picks that they're playing here, and it's worth watching.
Interception, and the second. Tagovailoa with time. Now fires over the middle, picked off.
Throws it in triple coverage.
It's Latu.
3 guys
dropping in coverage on the return, and he's taken out of bounds.
And he threw that ball zip line.
His first career interception.
That's high school 101 football that you don't do. You learn that in high school.
With time.
You got 2 under.
Over the middle, picked off.
And 1 over.
It's Latu. Dropping in coverage on the return, and he's taken out of bounds.
I can see
his
the
first
logic.
career
Well,
interception.
if I throw it short
and the second.
I can get in there.
Tagovailoa with time. Now
he
fires
didn't have
over the middle,
that.
picked
Off.
Under. It's Latu.
3 if you really count
dropping
10
in
yards
coverage on the return, and he's taken out of bounds.
I can't get behind
his first career interception. And this.
Can all the positive fans come to the front? I need to hear something good about this team because I got nothing. Well, I mean, there was positives in the game. It's just they were extremely overshadowed. And in the live stream I made when the game was over, I talked about the couple things that were positives. But it wasn't from offense. Actually, one of them was. I thought Devon Achane did an okay job. Not game-changing by any stretch, but did okay. Average almost 10 yards a carry. I mean, that's not bad. However, there was a lot of bad. Finn's Extra says, Dolphins fans, this is a safe space. Let it all out. I agree. Let it all out. This is a safe place, too. If you're watching and you want to come in here and say something, please do. The link is in the comments. Join me and tell me how you feel. That's kind of why I'm sitting here. Just kind of hanging out, watching the Bills game. And just giving people a space to get their voice out there and get it off your chest. I'll listen. I'm not going to argue with you about things. I might push back a little bit here and there, but I'm not going to argue if you think that we should move on from Tua. I'm not going to argue about those things. Aqua nice. Yeah. Yep. Aqua, I'm just kind of scrolling through Twitter, checking stuff out, man. I'm like I said, I'm having a pretty good evening, all things considered, with everything that's been going on with the team and stuff. And I'm just kind of figured I would relax a little bit and check out Twitter and see what everybody's saying. I follow you. It's okay. Got to do what you got to do. Like I said, this is a safe space as well. I'm here for everybody else to get on here, and if they want to say things, I want to hear it. I want you to vent. You know, it was a hard game to watch, and for Dolphins fans, you know, this is hopefully it doesn't get any worse. Yeah, Twitter's going nuts, dude. Twitter's going absolutely insane, and that's kind of why I'm looking at it, having a giggle here and there, kind of talking about the ones that I believe, ones that I think are slight overreactions, you know. But you can tell which ones are overreactions. You can tell which ones are rough. Total failure by the Miami Dolphins. This is Big E, and if you don't know who Big E is, shame on you. And if you haven't followed him, go follow Big E. Total failure by the Miami Dolphins, from the general manager to almost every player on the field. As mentioned in the broadcast, the season is not won or lost in the first game. But how do you fix this? I think number one, I think number one. What's up, brother? How you doing, man? Are you okay? Is everybody okay? Oh man, Big E's right. The season isn't lost or won in the first game of the season in one game. It's important to fix it and address the issues, though. And I think hopefully, like I said, this is the difference between a team that's tough and a team that's not. You go out and you lose like this. How do you respond? Bro, I just said that a minute ago too. I said that I was just feeling a little shocked, a little numb because of it all. And I think that's a good thing. I think it's a good way to be right now, is a little numb. That way I'm holding back on the crazy thoughts that are in my head. Oh yeah. Yeah. I haven't gotten to the Omar Kelly comments and stuff yet, but I'm sure I'm going to get there. There's just so much right now to cover on on Twitter. Oh my goodness. Oh, here we go. Right here. I'm here. Here it is. I didn't even notice that it was right there. This is just a warning to Dolphins fans. I will not be your punching bag. I will block you. Direct your anger and disappointment elsewhere. Poor Omar. Oh my goodness. I'm so happy that we showed Tua the money. Feeling blessed today. Now look, Tua had a bad game. I'm not saying he didn't. Believe me, guys. He did. He had a horrible game. But are we really prepared to just cut on one game? I mean, I'm not. I don't think that I'm there. Like I said, I need a few weeks to make an evaluation. This is the famous show me the money thing where he went to kind of get the crowd hyped up. Not this year, but last year in preseason when he signed his contract. I don't know if I'm there yet, to the point where I'm ready to completely throw everything away and start over. It's not time to bring in Ewers or to bring in Wilson. But this is definitely a bad mark for week one of the season for sure. And it doesn't make me feel very confident going into New England next week. Definitely not. Yeah, you can't block it if you're not there. That's for sure. I'm not there yet either, but it was a really bad opener, like really bad. Yeah, like I said, I don't think I've ever seen. Okay, as a whole, and correct me if I'm wrong here, guys. As a whole, I don't think I've ever seen such a rough game by the Miami Dolphins. I mean, I've seen a couple stinkers for sure. We all know we have. But this was epic levels of failure in a lot of different aspects of the game. I mean, granted, we did have our couple bright spots. I feel like Achane was a bright spot, and I feel like our middle linebacker play was astounding. But they can't cover the whole field. and Achane can't make every tackler miss. You know, it was rough, and all the bad things that happen. Right, exactly, buddy, right there. Usually it's one side of the ball. Yeah, and this was everywhere. Now, granted, I did make the explanation that it was that you can't expect your defense to do well when they're on the field for 2/3 of the game, literally 2/3 of the game. But you got to expect better than what you got. We got gashed on defense, and we got gashed on offense. It was bad. It was bad. There's no way around it. Sucks to be in position of questioning things like this, but I wouldn't be shocked if tomorrow during film session Tua is having trouble with recall, which is what triggered concussion protocol after the Green Bay game in 2022. These were early second quarter. He did take – now that one hit, this one here, let's watch the first hit. Got gobbled up pretty good. This one here is the one that I didn't like. That's a bad hit. Guys, that's a bad hit. And that does concern me. I'm very shocked. And he got driven into the ground, his head hit and everything. Obviously now, credit to the Colts. I can't remember who this is, but credit to him. Oh, it's Cross. Credit to Cross, okay? This was one of those plays where he really could have hurt Tua. And you can tell by the way he kind of just wrapped him up and just kind of brought him down. He didn't try to hit too hard. This was a clean hit by Cross, and like I said, this was very sportsmanlike. Kind of wrapped him up, didn't drive him into the ground, just real clean. Good job on him. Enjoy the sack. You know, it was hard to watch. I feel bad. You know, I hope that there's no concussions involved. That would just be it. Like I said, if he keeps getting hurt, it's over for Tua. But they didn't take him and evaluate him. They didn't give him anything on this. Cross made a clean hit. So there's been some people on YouTube talking about how this hit wasn't clean. It was vicious. It wasn't vicious. It just looks worse in full speed. But he really tried not to hurt Tua here. If you've played football, then you know. It's just that simple. Good job on him, on Cross, doing what he can to not injure Tua. He even had his hand under his helmet when they went to the ground, trying to help him out. Like that's it doesn't get any better than that. It's real clean football. Watch his other hand. Puts it underneath the helmet. Tries just to make sure. Like I think that's good, clean football right there. I'm not going to say that was bad, but it is hard. Yeah, they looked unprepared. They did. They didn't look ready to go. Yeah, Ollie Gordon only had 2 touches. I noticed that. I know Achane was doing well, but they really should have stuck with the run more, I think. I think that would have helped a bunch. Exactly. He was going to hit him, but he wasn't trying to kill him. And that's kind of why I think that was really good on Cross to do that. That was really nice of him. Real sportsmanlike. I liked it. I was happy. But at the same time, it still had a little bit of a jarring impact on the helmet. So I'm not saying Tua's hurt. He's going to be concussed, but that was a rough one, guys. Teron Armstead says, Dolphins clearly got their butt whooped today, but I'm not going to bash them after week 1. I'm going to watch the film and give you a real and honest assessment of what happened, and that's going to be coming Monday or Tuesday. T-Stead will go live and talk about it all. Can't wait to watch that. I like what he has to say. I like his evaluations, and it's going to be a good one to watch. If you guys watch Teron Armstead's live stream on YouTube, he's got good stuff, and he's got the same kind of attitude that I have right now. I'm not going to bash the Dolphins after week 1. I'm not gonna. I'm not prepared to burn it all to the ground like a lot of people are, but they got their butts whooped. They got tore up from the floor up. That's just the way it is. Chad Johnson says my Dolphins heartbreak. Poor Ocho Cinco. Number one fan says, is he the worst quarterback in the league? Right now I have him at 29. 29th worst in the NFL. With the one game of evidence that we have, that's where I have him. And it's hard. It sucks. Hopefully something happens where he's does something to improve that look. But right now, I have him as 29th. More talk about El Capitan from the Fins tailgate talking about how it looked like he got hurt, concussed on that play. The thing saying he got concussed, there's a lot of people saying it. There's not really anything to back that up. So be careful when you're looking at it, especially if you're going to regurgitate things that you hear from people on X. Just make sure that there's some backing to it. In this situation, it's not. And actually, El Capitan does say people are saying Tua may have been concussed. That's fine. That's fair. But I don't think, the people who are saying he was concussed or evaluate him, watch, he's going to have he's going to have a concussion next week. Just chill with that. It's not necessary, right? Oh, if he comes in, it's fine. Like I said, people who think they were right after week 1, let them think that way. It is what it is. I'm not happy about our team doing bad. So if someone comes in here and is happy about that, good for you, I guess. It's just I'm not happy about it. I'm not going to be, even if I hated Tua and this happened, I wouldn't be happy about it. It's just not the way I am. By the way, if you guys are in here, throw a like down. Help me out with the algorithms. We are all dead inside. Tua is on fire today, LMAO. Oh, man, was he ever. Oh, man. Remember, if you guys want to jump in, you're more than welcome to. Just click the link at the top of the comments. I'll post it again just to make sure it stays somewhere relevant. There we go. I guess Tuanon, or people who love Tua, are now called Tua stands. I must have missed that memo. This post says, Tua stands, it's Mike McDaniel's fault. And then McDaniel stands, it's Tua's fault. Take some accountability and speak facts, you morons. That's not me saying that. That's somebody else. Okay. TD Fence Talk says, Omar Kelly, I am so proud of you for asking this question. I hope they let you on the building this week. Boy, oh boy, you triggered something in him on this one. Interesting.
So, how do you build off of that is what we're looking forward to. We don't want to overreact. We don't.
I wonder what was said. I'm gonna have to. Let me. I gotta know.
We want to make sure this was a lack of a lot of things today.
He said there's a lack of a lot of things today.
Side, as we're trying to get things started, get things rolling. That's just not how you start the game.
It's not how you start the game with an interception.
Come back out the next drive,
come out the next drive and fumble the ball.
Next drive, we just can't get anything going. So
he said they just couldn't get anything going.
How do you build off of that is what we're looking forward to. We don't want to overreact. We don't want to underreact to this. We want to make sure we
don't want to overreact, and we don't want to underreact.
From your standpoint, why is it that when you do have turnovers, they happen in bunches?
Omar says, why is it that when you do have turnovers, they happen in bunches?
I would say it's part of the game. Like you obviously don't want to turn it over.
Tua says it's part of the game. You don't want to turn it over.
I thought that was a wild comment. That I turned the ball over in bunches.
He says, I think that's a wild comment that I turned the ball over in bunches.
That's what happened today. That's what it was. We got to move forward from that. Can't make those same mistakes. And just move on from it.
Well, you can't make those mistakes. He's right about that. I'm going to start a Miami Dolphins support group. We will get through this season together. Excellent. Oh, you're good, brother. Only if you feel the need. If you feel the need to come in and talk, click the link in the comments and join. If you're in a bathtub, just stay in the bathtub. Don't be taking your laptop to the bathtub, and that's a good way to commit toaster bath. Not something we need here. Not right now. Oh my goodness. Oh, let's see. Coach JP, his post says fire Chris Greer about 10 times. It's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Goodness. Oh, man. Jason Whitlock says, can you fire Mike McDaniel after week 1? I would do it. Oh, my goodness. Dolphins fans, you had to have known this was going to happen. Not the game, but the reaction, right? If we lost this game, and I would venture to say, even if we lost this game by 14 points and the offense played better, I think the reaction would still be something along these lines. Maybe not as strong, but I think it would be the same. Waddleville, it's only week 1. Tua still is a good quarterback. Everyone has a bad game. Possibly. I guess we'll see. Week 2's coming, right? Larry Zonka says, unprepared, uninspired, unacceptable. I would agree 100% with what Mr. Larry Zonka says. Alaskans think alike. And Larry Zonka gets it. That's how I feel. It was uninspired. Lackadaisical play by the quarterback. Bad. Here's some overreaction. Who would be your choice to be the Dolphins coach in 2026? We're not there. It's not the time for this right now. This is just kind of sowing seeds. It's what it is. People are, like I said, people are going to do that just because I think it's unnecessary. Doesn't mean I don't understand people being upset, right? My bucket list after my divorce was to go to a Fins game every year. There is no way in hell I'll spend any money on the Dolphins this season. I feel like that's a bit of an overreaction. But once again, to each their own, I can't see any reason to keep McDaniel. It's Tua. We already talked about the Tua is the worst quarterback in the NFL thing. It's rough. It's rough. Is it time? And it's got a picture of Quinn Ewers. No, it's not time for Quinn Ewers. I mean, if you really want to give up on the season, that would be the way to do it. Never had a bad opener. Colts haven't won an opener in 11 years. Maybe we just let them have the win. For the boss. For Mr. Earsay. Yeah, probably. Who knows? It seemed like it was just given to him. It didn't seem like there was much man. It's hard. It's hard. TD Fins Talk says, I no longer will accept being called a Tua hater. I will be addressed as a Tua truther moving forward. Anyone who violates this will be removed from the fan base. TD has the ability to remove you from the fan base. It's time for the real fans to take over because apparently people who like Tua aren't real fans. Okay. Being somebody who's not on either side of that fence, is just kind of sitting in the middle right now. That's a bit extreme. I know TD trolls a lot, especially on X. It's his favorite thing to do. So not going to read too much into that, but I still find that a little off-putting. Yeah, man. I'm so disappointed. TD says, I constantly get called a clown and troll for telling the truth. One day y'all going to listen. The main reason you don't believe you're being lied to and manipulated is because you are being lied to and manipulated. I'm just trying to get to the brighter future more than most. I'll just leave it alone today while many of you finally cope with reality. By the way, Skylar Thompson is 1-0. It does say just trolling. I'm glad the toaster hasn't fallen in the bathtub yet, man. That's good. Oh, boy. Okay. Oh, boy. It's rough right now, guys. It's rough. It's rough. And there's more. Twitter just keeps going the same thing over and over and over again. It's just not good right now, ladies and gentlemen. We had some injuries today, and it makes it hard. It's rough right now. People are being extreme. It was a terrible game, but damn, ain't no way they play like that every single week, right? I don't think so. Okay, so I don't want to seem just ridiculously hopeful, or hopeless, right? Or I guess hopelessly hopeful, I guess maybe is the way to say that. I don't know. I don't want to seem like that, but I could not imagine every week looking like this. I still can't imagine going 6 wins for the season. I still don't see that. It is rough right now to look beyond a few games and think that we're going to still do well for the season, but I just don't see that either. I don't see it being that bad yet. Like I said, after week 4, I very well may have a different opinion. I may be of the burn it down category, and if that is how I feel then I'll have enough of a reason to think that way. But I'm not going to make a season evaluation on 1 week, especially on week 1. Austin Jackson was questionable to return to the game. He had a toe injury. What? Benito Jones got hurt. His was an oblique injury. James Daniels hurt his pec. That one really worries me because I feel like that's going to be a torn pectoral muscle. And if that's what that is, that's an injury we should all be familiar with, as it's taken linemen off of our team for over half the season before. So that's rough. Storm Duck got hurt his ankle. I think it was in the second quarter. I'm not sure. That's a rough one too. Storm Duck wasn't playing that well or playing that bad. He was playing pretty decent. I know a lot of people want to blame him for that first touchdown, but if you watch that play, you'll figure out pretty quick he was doing exactly what he was supposed to do, and the over coverage didn't come over like they were supposed to, and that was iffy. That was Melifonwu, who was supposed to come over and take that receiver down the field, not Duck. Duck had the under, and he had it covered, so that's where I'm at with that. We'll follow those 4 injuries. I'm sure we'll get an update tomorrow on those. It's just hard to tell how this is all going to shake out right now, Dolphins fans. It is. It's rough. Things that do need to happen. Tua needs to step up. That's first and foremost. Tua needs to step up and do better. He can't play like that. I didn't see this coming. I thought maybe it would be a slow start, but nothing like this. If there isn't a response next week at home versus the Pats, then it's time to start worrying. I would say if we end up putting something out similar to this next week, then it's time to start worrying, and then it's time to start thinking, man, this could end up being bad. Those of you that are in here, make sure you throw that like down for me. It helps out a bunch. If you do feel like you want to donate to the channel, it doesn't go anywhere else except for to this channel. Right down at the bottom of your screen on that banner is the Cash App for my channel. Don't feel like you have to, though. It's not anything I expect. But when that happens, it does go to StreamYard fees. I'm actually in the process of trying to work out introduction video, which is pretty cool, but that does cost money. So if you guys feel the need to donate, by all means, but don't feel like you have to. And we have the Patriots next week, and then we have the Bills the week after. That makes next week another must-win for the Dolphins. I mean, they can't go into Buffalo 0-2. You can't do that. You just can't. If they go into Buffalo 0-2, they're going to lose that game. And then you're looking at an 0-3 hole to start the season, and that is not good. It's just getting rougher and rougher and rougher. So the Dolphins need to get these wins when they can get them, and that's now, not later, now. Let me see if I can pull this up, guys. Sorry, I lost the Bills game. I'm trying to get it back so I can continue watching that game as well. But the whole point of being here is if you want to come in here and talk, please feel free to join the group or join the stream up here and get it out. Give us your thoughts on what's going on. This is a safe space. I love you, each and every one of you. I love you, and I want you guys to feel like you have a place to let it out. And if this is where you want to do it, do it. It's better to get it out than to keep it bottled up. It was a bad game. That's it. Just a bad game. I'm not going to make any more guesses as to how it was or how it's going to be going forward until I see more than one game to make an evaluation. I can evaluate the play from this game and from what I've seen after watching it twice, and I'm going to watch it probably another 2 times. As hard as it is to watch, I got to watch it at least one more time, probably 2 more times, and that 4th time is going to be torture. I can see it coming because I'm just, even watching it the 2nd time, I just wanted to scream at the TV. Just wanted to yell at the screen. What is wrong and what is going on with this team? There we go. Gotta love StreamYard. Every once in a while, it's just hard to join. I'm not sure why it's like that. Oh, boy. So, looks like we're looking at a 17-10 game right now. Looks like it's about to be a 20-10 game. Long field goal. Looks like a 49-yarder, 50-yarder. 49-yard field goal. Ravens are going up 20-10 against Buffalo in Buffalo, and there is 31 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. Now, the reason I'm not freaking out completely like a lot of people are is I'm looking at big picture stuff here. Yes, we have some issues on the team. Yes, Tua played like absolute trash. Of course, I'd be crazy to say that he didn't. And we can't have him playing like that again. That was his bad game for the year. Can't have another one. That's it. So, if he doesn't get it together, then we're going to have to look at other options. But it's week 1. I'm not going to make rash decisions. And I want to see now how this team is going to respond to losing a game that way. Losing like that, I want to see how they do.
Make sure everything works.
What's up, dude?
Gosh, had to take a nice long bath this morning. Well, actually, no, this afternoon. Night. Confusing. It's so exhausting when you have like the toaster right next to the bath after, a really long day of a hard game.
Yeah, no toaster bath. Come on now.
But it was so nice right there. It was sitting there. It was ready to go.
I like that Zach Thomas jersey back there.
Yeah, have that one. That one's the one that I got from my late uncle, and it's been with him since, what, I think 2007 is, I think, when he got it originally.
And the way you're sitting there, it almost looks like you've got Eevee ears.
Oh, well, good. Right there. Yeah,
yeah, man.
It'll work.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, today me and Jorge were basically talking to each other on stream earlier. We were kind of worried that you might not want to come on, go live during the last quarter of the game.
Oh,
it
man.
Was so bad.
Actually, you know what? It was rough. I felt bad not being on, but like I said, had a couple things happen. I just couldn't get back to the house in time.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of glad because it was hard to watch.
Yeah, we were both kind of glad that you didn't make it in time. To be fair, it would have been coming in right at just the most disappointing hour, to be honest.
No joke.
It was bad, but I still have faith that they can turn it around. I think it's a one-off performance.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I hope that it's a one-off type of thing where the rest of the season doesn't quite look like this. But I mean, all we have right now, and that's why this is hard, is because this was the first game of the season, and all we have is this one game to evaluate. So naturally, the evaluations are going to be horrible right now.
Yeah. The fuck was that?
I watched it with the dive bar. Bobby and company were losing their minds. I bet.
Yeah, I
bet
can
they were.
definitely bet that was happening.
From Cali, that was embarrassing as hell. Same old Finns. Like I said, I can't argue with what you're saying, because after that first game, that's the stuff that's so Dolphins.
I think Joe needs to rephrase that, because as soon as I think of that was embarrassing and the way this game was, I'm thinking of a meme from Letterkenny, the show, where it's just that's freaking embarrassing. Because to be fair, it fits. It just fits right now.
You're talking about Bobby Schaus, probably. Yeah, I can see it. Oh man, yeah. Like I said, I missed most of the live streams during that game. I was busy, but I'm sure I'll go back and check out a few of the reactions that people had.
Well, I can definitely say that this is something that you don't have to go back and look at anymore, because it's like it's right here.
And Storm Duck is hurt now too.
I know. It's just
we'll see.
I had it ready.
We'll see.
It was for you, and it was so ready, but no.
No, and like I said, there was the four main injuries that we had. The only ones really was Austin Jackson, Benito Jones, James Daniels, and Storm Duck, and that's a pretty healthy list of people getting hurt. And
yeah, and then like the Tyreek Hill kind of having like what looked like a concussion, going in the concussion into the concussion tent for a couple minutes and come back out. D. Eskridge on the first punt return.
Yep.
That also looked like it was going to be an injury, which he didn't come back in until like the fourth quarter, I think.
No, yeah, they gave him a break. Probably bruises,
And then Jalen Waddle also, I think he popped out his shoulder.
Yeah, and those ones weren't really listed, so I'm hoping that those are nothing.
I think they were nothing, really.
The one that does
bang plays.
Yeah. And the one that does concern me a little bit is the Tyreek Hill one, just because concussion injuries are weird, and sometimes they don't say a thing about them until the next day. So I guess we'll see how everybody's feeling tomorrow morning. I'm sure Dolphins Nation is still going to be reeling. But
yeah, I think tomorrow morning we're going to find some people who are waking up in ditches wondering, how the hell did I get here? I'm just happy that I have no more alcohol in my room right now, because that was a game that would have been, 190 proof Everclear, empty that bottle. Ooh. We're done.
Ooh, that's rough. That would be rough.
Jokes aside, yeah, it was bad, and I can understand that some people probably were getting angry drunk.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I keep saying it, and I understand people being upset after this. I'm upset, I'm a little bit different with things, so I'm gonna kind of take the calm approach to things and just evaluate what I can evaluate, which is the game that we saw played. It was not good. Does that to me mean that this season is over? We're gonna see this every week? Nah, I don't think so. I don't think it means either one of those things, but it does mean that we have some things that need to be worked on. And I think number one is quarterback play. Tua played bad.
I think this was probably one of his worst games, 100%. I don't think it's going to be his. I don't think this is him totally for the season. I just think it was like that one game where it just nothing worked for him. It was just a bad day. I think he's going to come back just perfectly fine.
Yeah, this was his third or fourth 3-turnover game.
Yeah,
I can't remember. I think it's his fourth, because I think he had one his rookie year.
Right.
But if you look at it that way, that's really not as bad as some quarterbacks end up having. Sometimes every quarterback has bad games. I can remember a couple games where Tom Brady threw 3 picks.
Yep.
So I mean, I'm not comparing Tua to Tom Brady. Please,
he's definitely not.
Before anybody gets at me, please don't. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying that after a bad game, I'm not ready to write Tua off without seeing a few games in a row. So how is he going to recover from this? How is he going to play after seeing what he did today.
Are we gonna get salty Tua?
Oh man, we kind of got it a little bit in that press conference for
Just
a
a
second
little
there.
bit.
Just a little itty bitty, telling Omar he was crazy. That was a crazy question. But I feel like I'm not there yet to the point where I'm saying start Quinn Ewers, and I know a lot of people are. But it's just been one game. It's not a lot. I don't know how you feel about that.
I think it's a bit of an overreaction. I do think that it was a really bad game for Tua. I 100% blame Tua for the 3 turnovers and the possible 2 others that he could have also thrown. The 2 other possible interceptions he could have thrown in the game. But I do think he had a bad game. He had a bad day. Everyone has bad days. I don't think the sky is falling yet.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I don't think it's time to put in Zach or Quinn just yet. And we did get to see a little bit of Zach at the end of the game. Didn't really do much more, but come on.
Yeah, didn't do horrible, I would say, but once again, that's the end of the game. It's different, and a lot of people are using that as well. He did so much better. Just pump the brakes. Pump the brakes. We'll see how it actually turns out here. We got 6 more days till game 2. Obviously, I'm going to be out in the middle of the woods in Alaska hunting during that game, so I won't be able to watch that one until later. But I'll find a way to get in and find out how the game's going and get my updates. I'll find a way.
You'll find a way.
But I would venture a guess to say that right now, I think that the important thing here is the team needs to stay together. I think that would speak volumes to the attitude of the team and all of that we've been wanting a better identity for the team. We have an opportunity here to see how they handle this immediately. Going into week 2, we don't even have to wait that long. How are they going to respond?
I'm hoping they respond kind of like how I was hoping they were going to respond to start the season, was chip on the shoulder. I was expecting them to go in angry.
Yeah.
Because this entire offseason, the media, the fans, other players were getting on them over and over again about all sorts of things between the offense and the defense, the coaching, the players, the culture, everything you could think of. And they were basically going after the Dolphins. I was expecting them to get angry and have that kind of like an X factor kind of a thing going on. But they went in and they literally flopped on the field. I'm hoping that they can take this loss as a massive punch to the face. They need to be angry this time to face the Patriots that looked actually kind of good today, going based off my friend who's a Patriots fan.
They didn't look like we did, that's for sure.
No.
And the Jets dang near beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ultimately, you're looking at 2 teams who lost in the division just like we did, but
yeah,
I think that if we had to go off of play, we would be the last in the division for sure. I think that we played horrible.
I would agree on that. They do look like the worst team in the division currently right now, but again, it's week 1.
Right.
And it could have been a fluke kind of a thing. Like I'm saying, I'm thinking it's just like a one-off.
It very well could be. And that's where I'm sitting at is it could be just this was a game that nothing went right. And that's obvious. Nothing went right.
Nothing did.
About the only thing we did better than the Colts was penalties. So, I mean, that's not enough. It's not enough. When you're looking at 40 minutes to 20 minutes of possession time, you're going to lose that game 10 times out of 10.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what we were at.
That's one thing that I was concerned about, though, because that's something the Dolphins have done historically in the last 20 years. I also brought it up on my stream earlier. They know how to not work on offense so much so that they can waste a top 5 defense to the point where that top 5 defense looks like a bottom 5 defense. I don't know what it is. It's historically, this team knows how to do that. And I've been raging about this for the last, 20 years that they've been like kind of mediocre. They can have the best defense in the league, but then just the offense does nothing. And then the opposing team has the ball for like 30 to 40 minutes and the defense fails.
It's sad. All we can do is take a breath, and we
Yep.
can wait for next week.
Yeah, we already gave up on
week.
this season.
Yep, this season's over.
It's done.
See you guys next year.
Yep. We'll be back for 26.
Hopefully, people aren't giving up yet. I know it's frustrating. I understand. I'm a
I
fan,
had
just like you guys.
2 people come into my stream earlier who were already, ready to stop watching for the season because of how the game was going, to be honest.
I was ready to shut the game off. That's for sure. But I'm not ready to give up on the season. I'm not going to do that yet.
Yeah, the game can get shut off. The season, let's hold on a little bit longer.
I'll be giving up on the season when we're mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. I think that's how I roll.
I can agree to that.
But like I said, just because I feel that way as a fan doesn't mean my evaluations are going to be less true. So the way that I feel about the game is the evaluation is correct. I mean, the one game doesn't change the rest of the season. It doesn't mean that the rest of the season is going to be this way, like you said. It very well could be a one-off. We don't know. But what we do know looking right now is that wasn't acceptable, and it cannot happen again. And if it does, what happens if we go 0-2 to start the season?
At that point, I don't know. I'm just hoping we can go into Miami next week, beat the Patriots. If the Dolphins go in and they at least are competitive in a loss, I think I will feel differently than if they go in and absolutely get mostly blown out again. If they go in and play like they did today against the Patriots, I would then be a bit concerned because then we'll probably go against Buffalo and be absolutely just dominated.
Yep. And Raphael says this right here. It says 0-2 and then the Bills. Oh, no, exactly. I said that a few minutes ago. I said that if we go 0-2 and then we go into Buffalo, that you're looking at a 90% chance that we're probably going to be 0-3 to start the season. And that's no good.
Yeah.
That makes this Patriots game so important.
It really does. Also because I have a bet on that game with my friend who's a Patriots fan.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it was before the season. I was cocky with confidence.
Oh, man.
Yep. No.
Well, I mean, let me look here. Patriots lost by 7 to the Raiders. May had himself a decent game. 30 of 46, 287 yards, a touchdown, and an interception.
They had a decent game. And to be fair, they are coached by Mike Vrabel, and Drake May did look pretty good last year, and I think looked good today. I haven't watched the game yet, or the after game video for it, but I heard they did pretty good.
Their running game was trash, but yeah, they rushed for 60 yards as a team. Wow, I was not expecting that. I thought Ramondre Stevenson and TreVeyon Henderson would have done a lot more than that. Only 40 yards, 42 yards between the two of them.
Yeah, I agree. It doesn't sound right.
Yeah. Yeah, Raph, you're right. The Ravens are taking care of the Bills so far. I'm watching it right now. So far, so good. Hopefully
I saw that
hangs on.
Derrick Henry touchdown earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I like that. He just powered through. He looks so even now he looks so big.
Yeah,
he's earlier. He just looks so big.
He's a beast.
And he's at I don't know if he got another touchdown or not, but he's at 107 touchdowns on his career, which is I think it was showing sixth or fifth all time when it comes to running backs running touchdowns.
Oh man. How about this right here? Look at this. Aaron Rodgers for the Steelers, 244 yards, 22 of 30, 4 touchdown passes.
I kind of figured he was going to look good on the Steelers, to be fair, because he was playing for the Jets.
It's the quarterbacks go to New York to die. I don't know what the deal is. It doesn't even seem to matter which New York team.
Doesn't.
Just if they go there, they're going to do horrible. Then they leave and they do well.
Unless your name's Eli Manning, and then that's a different story.
He's the outlier.
Yeah, he's the complete outlier. He's not the rule.
Yeah, you know what, Raph? I was shocked by that too. I was not expecting the Lions to play like that in that game. I was not expecting Green Bay to do what they did. I figured Green Bay was good, but I did not expect a 27-13 game.
Yeah, I think Tom Grossi was a bit happy about that.
Oh my goodness, he was lit. He was super excited. What was your oh yeah, I guess Jared Goff had 1 pick and 1 touchdown. That's no good. Which wide receiver did you have for the Lions, Ruff? Which one? Yeah, their defense is good. They looked good. I watched a few plays, not the whole game, obviously, but I watched what I could from that game. It was intriguing me. Oh, Amon-Ra, yeah, didn't have himself a great game, did he?
Yeah, no, 4 for 45.
Yep, that's it.
Laporta had a decent-ish game though.
Yeah, just not enough in the touchdown area, especially for fantasy. You really need to get a few touchdowns in there.
Yeah, their only receiving touchdown was Isaac Teslaw, who only had 1 reception. Good for him though. Nobody had him. No one picked that guy.
Henry had over 100 rushing yards in 1 quarter. Wait, really?
Yeah, I think. Yeah. I think I was seeing that. Like he was
that the
running
second quarter?
all over him.
I'm gonna have to look at that. I'm curious.
And the third's just now starting, but yeah, 123 yards already, 9 carries. Fuck.
Almost.
He's gonna have a 200-yard game today, isn't he?
Jeez. Lamar Jackson's got 4 for 38. That's about normal for him. Dang. 8 of 10 for 67 yards passing for Lamar. Goodness.
He's gonna. Jeez, I wish I was playing fantasy just so I can have Derrick Henry on the roster right now. Holy crap.
Man. That's nuts. Oh, yep. Quarter 3 is starting. Here we go. Oh, boy. It's a 20-13 game right now. This game is not over. Those of you who are like me, who are hoping that the Bills lose this game, not the end. You got Allen and the Ravens defense. That's not a good combination for this game, at least.
What?
That's not a good combination at all.
Please tell me that's on separate profiles or separate teams, please.
I don't think so. I think that's on one team for him.
Oh God.
It'll be better after this week for him, I'm sure.
Yeah. It'll definitely be better after this week. Need Allen the ball.
Yes. I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You can ball out and also lose.
Oh, man. Ravens have the ball in 35, so more Derrick Henry just falling forward for 4 yards of carry.
Lamar Jackson trying to run for it and get like 2. I'm just saying, thank you, YouTube TV. I can watch it on my phone while I'm also streaming. I'm also here on your stream.
Man. I'm gonna have to get off here pretty quick because it is dinner time, and
Yeah.
I'm obviously wasting away, so I don't want to miss my food.
Yeah,
that
you
dinner
need to
bell
get that
rings,
food.
and I'm like Derrick Henry running down the hallway. Get out of my way. I'm starving.
Just shoving dogs and kids out of the way. That's how you do it.
But everybody, thanks for coming. I appreciate it. Aqua, thanks for coming in, man. It's always a blast having you here to chat.
I try to keep it light and funny as I can.
Keep the toaster away from the tub. Dolphins
Dang
fans,
it,
stay
it's already
calm.
in the tub. I'm not even in it. Damn it. I missed it.
Make sure you guys like and subscribe if you can. I appreciate that. If you feel like donating, go ahead. Cash App's on the bottom of the screen. Thanks everybody for being here. I hope you're all okay. Remember, enjoy yourselves. It's Sunday. It's fall time in this world. It's beautiful. Enjoy yourselves. Have a good evening. And we'll talk to you guys later. Fins up.